Okay, for my class project, I'm making an Indian tomahawk. Um, I got some materials already set up. I got my stick, my handle. I got this. This is gonna be the handle, like the actual handle for it, like sort of like a grip. The only thing I'm really missing, I've also got some paracord over here. I'm gonna use this paracord to tie the actual blade onto the handle. But the only thing I'm missing is the actual thing to make the blade itself. So it's kind of dark out, but I'm going to go and get a stick anyway. I'm going to go out to the creek nearby my house and go find a rock. Okay, I'm back from the creek. And this is what I got. I got this big one here, that one, and that one. Um, Believe it or not, when you build things, nothing ever goes according to plan. So these actually aren't the rocks I was looking for, but I thought they might be good, so I brought them in anyways. I'm going to try another creek though, see what I get from there. But all I really have to do now is grind all of these down, or grind whichever one I want to start off first, probably this one. Grind it down, put it into the shape that I want, and cut a slit down this little thing here, this piece of wood. Cut a slit down there. I'm going to actually puncture holes into this and then tie this little leather strap around it and then tie it onto the handle. So, yeah, woot. But yeah, I'm gonna probably look for some other rocks that are a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so I got some rocks from Star's Cave, and I actually got 4 of them, but I tried to make one of them into my tomahawk head, but it broke in half. So I started looking a little bit more, and then I got some river rocks. And river rocks, I don't really have any up here right now, but they're like pretty much oval-shaped rocks that are really smooth and really hard. And that's actually the rock that I was looking for in the first place. So now all I've got to do is attach that to my stick and then and then wrap some paracord around it, and then I'll be pretty much almost done, because I'm also putting a handle on it. But yep, okay, let's do that. Here we go. I went ahead and wrapped my paracord around it, and I got my rock all grinded out and shaped the way I wanted it. What we did is, because as you can see, this is like the same size, the stick is like the same size as the rock. What we did is we like kind of just grinded down the edges that I wanted, grinded down, and then in the middle here where the stick's at, we kind of made a trench, and then we kept grinding it down, put the stick through, and the stick we actually cut a bunch of times to make that open area a lot more open. Then we put it through, and then I brought it back up here and I tightly wrapped it with paracord. And there's actually this piece right here that's just kind of there. That piece is actually a really loose piece that I tightened up. But yeah, so this is how it turned out mainly. It's got some weight to it, obviously, because it's a friggin' stone. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm gonna put on that leather handle now, and then it'll be 100% done. I mean, I might add some like designs on it and stuff like that, but for the most part, it'll be done. Guys, so here's the final thing. See, I've got my leather handle on. What I did is I took a piece of paracord, I tied it off right there, and I singed it so I want it to come untied, and I cut that. I also took this piece of leather and punctured holes in it with a box cutter, And I just kind of looped it around so that one overlaps the other. See how it kind of does that? I mean, when it gets to the back, it kind of just spirals together, but my bad. And then right here, I took some of the excess and just tightened up the bottom a little bit better, and then tied that off. But, yep, here's my tomahawk. And pretty easy. It's a pretty easy build. It's a pretty easy build if you have either time or the right tools. Because if you have time, you could literally make this rock by scraping it up against other rocks, and that will get you the same sort of edginess. I cheated and used a saw, but that's just me. I'm a huge tools guy. Paracord, pretty easily to put on. You just gotta wrap it around and make sure that it's tight. The wood was pretty easy to cut. You just cut a whole bunch. Like I said before, you just cut a whole bunch of these notches, and after each notch it should make this little space, and then that will open that up, and then make like a trench right here, and that the trench will actually help it stay on. And I made the when I was cutting the stick, I cut it with a table saw. So table saw's got like a circular blade, and so actually right back here, instead of it being cut straight, it's actually cut in a like sort of a slope where the saw stopped, and that was purposeful to make it look straight. Because if I were to cut it straight, then this point right here would actually be all tilted, like it'd be like this and would be tilted up pretty much like that. But since it was sort of slanted like that, it gives me this nice straight look right here. But there's the whole thing, and yeah.